It's not too rare you find people speaking conspiracy theories when it comes to NBA 2K. It seems like they're making the same mistakes over and over again, and it has people asking the question, why? And so here in this video, we're gonna dive deep into the biggest NBA 2K17 conspiracies. Let's do it. The Paul George loading screen was an issue for a very long time. I created a video dedicated to it a couple weeks back. Literally the next day, my problem was solved. I was no longer waiting in front of loading screens, and I hopped on stream. It was Park After Dark, and I asked, how did this happen? I didn't make any changes, nothing changed, and for the first time I went from having to wait 5 minutes to having to wait no time at all. It had me thinking maybe 2K was tired of me dropping videos, being angry as fuck about the prospect of having to delete my game and re-download it just to solve an issue that was clearly specific to their game. But think about it like this: what purpose did the loading screen serve for us to look at Paul George for an abnormally long period of time? There were comments of people telling me that they understood and memorized the amount of tattoos Paul George had on his body. One could go as far to say it was a big Paul George advertisement, which wouldn't be far-fetched because literally a few weeks ago when his new signature shoes dropped, NBA 2K had an advertisement about it all across the billboards. And so there's a slight possibility that RONNIE2K was sitting at the 2K headquarters and mashed this up himself. Ronnie believed that by subjecting us to staring at Paul George for abnormal periods of times that we would grow an affinity to him, and due to that affinity, that when it became time to advertise the Paul George shoe, which by the way looks fucking phenomenal and I'm probably gonna end up purchasing, he thought there would be a greater likelihood of us purchasing the shoes. Whether this conspiracy is true, we'll never know. But what we do know is, and as you'll find out in the second conspiracy, RONNIE2K is a proven liar, and nothing he says is to be trusted. But it's not just RONNIE2K. Mike Wang has had conspiracy theories directed at him as well. Mike Wang has a pretty storied history when it comes to developing basketball games. Someone who worked with 2K from 2K6 to 2K8, worked with NBA Live for 2 years, and now is back working for NBA 2K. And so I bet you're wondering, why did he switch back and forth that many times? In an interview with Game Informer, when Mike Wang was asked the same question, he said, you know, a lot of it was actually due to personal reasons when it took place. But like anything else, I just tried to make the most of it and thought of it as a new challenge and a new opportunity. Mike Wang said in a similar interview with Operation Sports, my main goal ever since I got in this industry has been to help create the ultimate NBA hoop sim. After spending some time with both visual concepts, working on NBA 2K6 to NBA 2K8, and then with EA the past couple years, I realized that if I want to achieve my goals, returning to VC was the right move to make. I met some great people in Canada both inside and outside of EA, but it is definitely great to be back home. So he refuses to give any specifics, but he refers to the move as a personal reason. NBA Live fell off when Mike Wang left. The last year he was there was NBA Live 10, and it was regarded as one of the most popular and successful NBA Lives in history. Ever since Mike Wang's departure, EA has been an absolute disaster, with the attempts of releasing NBA Elite, the release of NBA Live 14, 15, 16, and the delays of 17, and what's probably going to be known as NBA Live 18, they haven't been able to make a comeback without him. On the opposite side, Mike Wang was one of the people who was credited with the success of 2K, because the first 2K back with Mike Wang was NBA 2K11, a 2K that many regard as the best 2K in the franchise history. Mike Wang said in the Operation Sports article, "We have a very talented and experienced development team working on the NBA 2K franchise, so when you get the opportunity to add experience to an already experienced team, people tend to get excited, and rightfully so. We have some special stuff in the works for NBA 2K11 and is going to show this fall when the game is released." So we were digging deep to try and uncover what Mike Wang meant when he said personal reasons. I mean, it's no surprise that 2 of the 24 people that Mike Wang follows are Sean O'Brien, the executive producer of NBA Live, and the NBA Live Twitter itself. By following them, he can maintain constant communication, a fluid line, for which he can provide valuable information. It also explains why in the Game Informer article Mike Wang says, "I think that we went out with some online issues, of which we're working very diligently on trying to fix and have been for a while." He followed up by saying, "We got hit hard on reviews from that standpoint, but the sales are everything for us, and we're really pleased with the sales." So you mean to tell me that ever since Mike Wang's return, we've been dealing with the same online server issues leading up to NBA 2K17. It explains why there's been many issues that have been plaguing the game on NBA 2K17 that many people acknowledge as an issue but have yet to be fixed. So I 100% believe that Mike Wang has been working undercover with EA Sports to ensure that EA makes a triumphant comeback and 2K loses the throne as the NBA Sim King. But much of this probably doesn't even come off as a surprise to you. NBA 2K has been stuck fucking a goose for the last few months. I mean, for the last 2 weeks alone, I've been receiving advertisements for the Pro-Am tournament that was meant to start December 31st, 2016. That combined with the billboard that's constantly giving us wrong information about the times and the dates of park events, I think it's clear to say that somebody is purposefully fucking with things in the NBA 2K headquarters. I mean, it's safe to say with the storied history that Mike Wang has with EA, I see him as a very clear culprit of a lot of these doings. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you guys are new and you want to see more NBA 2K17 content. This shit right here is facts, and I'm gonna catch you guys later. I'm out. Peace.